Cable management is like a C right now, so no judges. Hey guys, this is our red Komodo, and we're gonna dive into how we built it. So let's start at the front of our camera. So we actually have the Tilta matte box. We actually have two full sets of IRNDs, and what we've actually done, and I don't know if you can see it, is we actually labeled every single one, 0.3, 0.6, 0.9, 1.2, all the way up to 2.1. So they're easily distinguishable. And we actually have some of these, and I don't know if this one is, it's not. You can actually put two of these in there. So if we wanted to add our Pro Mist in there, we definitely could. And we actually have two-stage matte boxes. I just have the single right now. If we wanted to double up diffusion, if we needed to add more filters, we definitely can with this. Honestly, we've had a great experience so far with our Tilta system. It's worked across a lot of cinema lenses. Right now, we're just using our Sigma photo glass, which is great. And on top of our Sigma glass, we actually have step-up rings. We bought step-up rings for all of our glass. So every single piece of kit, every single lens can easily swap these out. So it makes building cameras just perfect. Next, we have our Tilta follow focus and system here. This works across all of our systems and we really love it. And then we have our 85mm lens here attached to a Canon EF to RF mount. Next, we actually have Small HD 702 touches. We have two of them. And so what's great is that when we're going from camera to camera, we definitely can have the same exact creative looks across all of our cameras, same brightness, and so really getting a matching look across all of our content. One of the things that we love about the 702 Touch is that it's so bright that we can see it in direct sunlight. We've had this monitor for almost 2.5 years now and never had a single issue. On the side here, see all of our cables. Right now we have our battery, dummy battery, all the way powered off this plate. And I'll get to the back of the camera. But before we get there, we have a small rig wooden handle. We went through a lot of handles. So we went through the Tilta one. We had some wooden camera ones at one point, red ones that came with it. And honestly, the small rig, it's like 80 bucks. It has just been absolutely amazing. And what we love is based on the different builds and based on where we want the weight to be, we use an easy rig, probably 60% of our shoots, and this little bolt can move so the easy rig can be balanced at different points based on the weight distribution of our camera rig here. And what's also great is, weight not only works this way, but also this way. So because this is on a NATO rail, we can definitely slide this across the camera. And we typically leave it in the center, but depending on if we have a handle that's going off the side for a particular build or this side, we definitely can adjust based on that. The handle honestly feels great in your hand. The only thing is it blocks the screen. This right now, this build is kind of optimized for being an A-cam for interviews and doc style. Only negative with this build is that we actually have the license for the 702 Touch to control camera control, which is awesome. Because we're running time code, we can't on this build control camera control and run time code at the same time. Really, we have to operate, via the screen. Not the end of the world, time code is definitely a must. So as we kind of go this way on the camera, right here we have the wooden camera B box. And what this does is really gives us a time code port. So Tentacle Sync is really perfect. It works across the system, all of our systems. It honestly is pretty cheap, which is great. Some may be wondering what this cable is. So a few months back, we actually it's pretty common to blow out some of the SDI ports when booting up the camera. And so we actually have a protected cable that we can put a link in the description below. And so we now can power on the camera without unplugging all the SDI. And it just makes life a little simpler. What it really acts as is like a surge protector for the SDI. I know I'm probably gonna explain this wrong, but basically what we've read is that when you turn on the camera, power distribution to the back three ports here, it will send power to all of them and blow out an SDI. So this $50 cable, in theory, will stop that surge from happening and not blow out the circuit here on the back, which is great because it will save you about 200 bucks and about 2 weeks from Red to be able to fix it. And honestly, Red was super fast and easy to work with. Now keep going on the back of the camera. We have the wooden camera V-mount plate, and that powers all of our accessories. So one is powering our monitor, And then 2, it's also powering our Hollyland, which is on the back here. And then as we kind of get to the back of the camera, one of the things that we really have loved is just how simple of a build this is. And so I'm actually going to take this off. And I know wooden camera makes this really great little box for everything to sit in. We didn't want to spend the $500 on that. So what we did is we took this 15mm rod base. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but we'll find a link and put it in the description. And we attached it to our Hollyland. And that just allows it to kind of sit on the back of our camera right here. It's kind of out of the way. We used to keep it on the side, but then all these cables, and it's like, how do you maneuver it? And what's great is you can easily take on and off the battery. And on the bottom here, we have the Tilta cage that also comes with the 15mm rods on the bottom. And then we have a Manfrotto plate that's on the bottom for our tripods. Let's just cut.